Welcome back to the channel, and today we have a how-to video that is exactly about that, video, but more specifically how to track more than one object at a time in a video. Let the intro roll. Now, I actually needed the answer to this very question for a video that I had recently made. So after figuring out the solution, I thought it was time to pass on my experience and teach you the process. I'll be using Filmora for this, but it will work with any editing software that supports motion tracking as one of its features. The first thing to do is to insert the video clip you're going to use into your timeline. In this case, I found a nice clip of some penguins wanting to go for a swim. The most important part when starting the project is knowing just how many items you need to track. Because I want to track 3 objects, I need to leave a gap of 2 timelines above the first. You'll see why as we progress. After you've placed your first track in the timeline, select the title that you want to attach to your subject. Stretch the title to match the length of your video. After you've brought down your title, it's a good idea to hide it so it doesn't obscure the view of your video. Then click on your main video and start your tracking option. Place your tracking square over the object to be tracked. Then click Start Tracking. If your own software works slightly different, then just follow that process. Make any adjustments you need to the text. After that's been completed, then assign your title to the object being tracked. You should see that your main video and the associated text file have now been linked. Before we start tracking the second object, let's make sure that the first object is tracking properly. As an object moves off the screen, you can always trim the timeline to that point for a cleaner look. Now what you need to do is hide the first video and title track you linked. I'd also suggest locking the tracks too. It makes it a lot easier to work if you only see the tracks you are currently working with. Now we'll lay the exact same track on the timeline above the first. We'll also get another title and put it on the track above the first title. Again, just stretch it out to the same size as the video track. Now just do exactly the same thing you did with the first video and title track. Now check that the new clips are working together properly. Now let's introduce the third and final track. Again, make sure you hide and lock the last video and title track you were working on. Now that's completed, we'll check to make sure it's working. Okay, everything looks good. Now we'll enable every track and view the entire sequence. So that's how it's done. You can track as many objects as you have the time and patience for. Now that's probably going a little overboard. There's just way too much movement to keep track of there. Thanks very much for joining us, and I hope this video helped you out. Please consider hitting that like button if it did. You can also hit that subscribe button to see more easy DIY projects, tips and tricks, how-to guides, as well as money-saving ideas. We've got them all. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.